Hey guys, PB-N36 here. Gonna bring to you guys today a review on the Aukey 20,000 milliamp hour power bank. So I did a first look video. This is gonna be a review, and I'm gonna try to keep this quick because I ran a couple tests and I wanted to make sure everything was okay with this power bank. So I'm gonna roll in some footage a little later in the video. I'm just gonna talk about the power bank real quick. So this is the box it comes in. So this is the power bank itself. You got two ports, a little light, and you got two-way to recharge the power bank, micro USB and lightning connector for Apple. So I finally ran some tests and did some tests with my little USB charging key, USB detector, so I could see how much power was going in there. You guys could see it's fingerprint magnet, but I could see how much power was going in there, and I discharged it completely, charging a cell phone, 18650's battery. I just took a little bit of time discharging this unit, but after discharging it, I've put it back on a charger. I used the Apple charger, the lightning connector, and I've did some testing. So I'll probably run a little footage right now showing you guys some of the tests I did, and we'll come back after that. Alright, so as you guys can see, the power bank is fully charged using the lightning connector, connecting that to the Apple charger, which I like because once it's done charging, it just stops charging. And let's try to get close and see. Yep, 0 volt. But you guys can see the capacity, 16,186. So that is the capacity of this little device. For some reason, this thing didn't charge at 2 amps, so it took a little bit longer. Something like, I don't know, maybe 16, actually close to 24 hours. Probably because of the USB, that little thing right here. So that little USB tester. So probably this thing can handle more than 1 amp at a time. So anyways, capacity 16,186 milliamp hours. So yep, this is from fully dead. So I used the power bank until it just couldn't charge anymore and just gave out. So I don't know if there's some hidden capacity or just to protect the batteries levels or something, but there's 4,000 milliamp hour missing. At 18,000 or 18,500, that would have been acceptable, but 16,000, that's a good chunk out of the battery capacity. So, but like most Chinese company, the capacity, they overrate it. So this is something I hate. Let's say you're buying an 18650 flashlight, which this thing has a ton of. This thing is full of 18650s in there. So let's say you're buying that, and you're looking at the average capacity. It says 3600 milliamp hours, and now you look down below on certain website, it's gonna say actual capacity 2400 milliamp hours. So yeah, a little bit overrated on the Aukey. So maybe that's just my sample, but from what I hear, it's pretty much the norm. So alright, so we're back. So hopefully you guys saw that little footage, and you can see that the Aukey power bank charged to around 16,000 milliamp hour, even though it's rated to be 20,000 milliamp hour. So a little bit disappointing on that Aukey. I wish it was a little bit more. You just put a little bit more power in there. When you're advertising something, there's a couple of companies that advertise like motor cars and stuff like that. If you're advertising a car at 400 horsepower and you're giving the customer like 320 horsepower, the customer is going to be extremely disappointed. If you're advertising a car at 400 horsepower and you get 440 horsepower, then the consumer is going to be very happy because it's got more for the money than advertised. So if Aukey would have done a 16,000 milliamp hour and it was registering at like 18,000 milliamp hours, I would be happy with that. But instead, they chose to put 20,000 milliamp hour. So probably what's happening is the same thing that's happening in China all over with the 18650 battery. You get the advertised capacity and the true capacity. So basically, you get some 18650s that they're gonna say they're gonna be 4,000 milliamp hour, and in reality they're 1,800 milliamp hour. So a little bit annoying. That's probably what happened to Aukey. So Aukey, I know you guys say you're supposed to use good batteries and reliable batteries and stuff like that. So I just want to make sure that you guys switch to Panasonic or Samsung. Just use something with the advertised capacity, and please test your product out. Just don't look at the milliamp hour on the batteries itself. Test the power bank itself for the actual capacity on the power bank. Then you can put it in the back there and just say it's like 16,000 or 18,000. So this is kind of annoying, because if you think you get 20,000 and you're making some calculation, I could charge this phone like 5 times and this iPad twice. If you're actually only have 16,000 milliamp hour and you need to charge your phone like in an emergency situation, I got like 5,000 milliamp hour. I got plenty to recharge my phone, and you can barely charge it halfway, or you don't have any more juice because you thought you had some energy and you don't. So this is something that I find annoying with manufacturers, especially for the battery world. So that you don't put the advertised capacity. So, but maybe I'm just gonna reserve it, and maybe it's gonna be my unit itself that is that that capacity. But I don't think so. I've received some comments that this power bank doesn't have the advertised capacity. So guys, if you're gonna advertise some capacity, man, just advertise the real one. Don't put a fake capacity in there. This says 20,000 milliamp hour, and it's registering at 16 when I charged it. So that's kind of annoying. There might be a reserve or something to protect the batteries, but my 18650's got batteries that the capacity on it, I measure it and it's the advertised capacity. My iPad's got the advertised capacity. When I discharge it to 0 and I recharge it, it's gonna recharge for the advertised capacity on the iPad. It's gonna be close to that. I don't care if there's like 50 milliamp hour. That's not relevant. And even with this power bank, I would have been happy with like 18,500 or something around 18,000. 2,000 milliamp hour, I would say meh. It's not so bad. It's okay. There's a little bit of play in the batteries and stuff. But at 4,000 milliamp hour, that's like a full charge on a phone or something. Actually, more than a full charge on a phone. So that's kind of annoying. So, anyways, guys, I give it 7 out of 10. Simply because they got the options to charge either with a micro USB or the lightning connectors. You get 2 ports that charges with the Power IQ, so they can charge at the correct voltage for your device, and that you can recharge this thing at 2 amps instead of 1 amps. So anyways, a little bit faster for charging, a couple of things that are plus. But the advertised capacity, that's something that's pretty big on the product, and I wish that they have put a little bit more capacity in there, or just step down the advertised capacity, because that's just false representation, and that's not the first time that this is happening, especially with Aukey. So anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, thumbs up, so I appreciate it. So hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys on the next one.